Okay, well, that's the reason. I didn't make it clear I won't play it. I made it clear to stop telling me to play that game, because I'll play it when I play it.
You got some hops down here. You got some speed.
Yeah. You have a lot of
power suit.
And you got a lot of water control. How come he can function down here?
Are we done here?
Yeah,
Activate the climber, please.
sure thing.
Hey, you're not on speaking terms anymore.
Take a seat and we'll be off.
Oh man, I got in the wrong seat.
Have we figured out what happens when we die yet? Is that even possible? If there's some kind of afterlife, do you think my place is taken? The real me died like 100 years ago. Is there still room for me? And what about the Simon I killed at Omicron? What do you think, Catherine? Is there a heaven full of redundant copies of the same people? Is there someone up there who called me an imposter? It's dumb luck, right? I woke up in the right body. I basically flipped a coin, and if I had called the wrong side, I'd be rotting away at Omicron. I mean, there's nowhere to know, right? You didn't hit the make sure Simon wakes up in the right body switch, did you?
Oh, yeah!
He would still claim to be the right Simon. Christ. This is awful. We did an awful fucking thing. And you wouldn't mind? Why would you? How could you know that it's not me, the me that I am, the same that I've always been? Let me say something. I don't want to think. Please.
I don't know what to say. I don't want to upset you.
Say anything.
When I was little, I used to climb the stairs all the way to the top of the building. And I can still feel how I had to, tuck my arms so I could push the heavy steel door open. Well, the first time that I dared go up there, I stepped out onto the roof and watched the smog rise and fall over Taipei. I got all the way up to the corner ledge and, I felt the warm wind in my hair and the sun was setting and the streets below were shadowed by the tall buildings. The people pushing through the crowd flowed like paint from an artist's brush. Street food vendors filled the air with aromas of all my favorite foods. For a brief moment, I felt connected to the world in a way that I never had before. It was the most profound feeling of comfort and sense of belonging I could ever hope for. I really never felt the same way again, but I went up to the roof many times after. I'm not religious, but I can see why people would be. The privilege of being makes a strong case, at least every once in a while.
Do you still feel that sense of awe? Even like this?
Things are different, but we're still here.
What's the point of going on? Everyone's gone. All the people still left are digital copies trapped in computers at the bottom of the sea. We'll never be able to rebuild or reclaim what we were.
Are you really so unhappy being what you are, or is this about the man who went for a scan 100 years ago?
Both, I guess. When I was back in Toronto, even the worst case, the darkest futures I could predict, they at least included my previous life somehow. I feel so uprooted. There's nothing here that I recognize, nothing that makes me feel like I belong. Even if we make it to the yard, would it be any different? I'd still be alone. No friends. No family.
You could make new friends. I'm sure everyone would like to know the time traveler. If not, you still have...
Catherine? Kath? Hello, Catherine. What happened?
Let me get her out of here. I don't want to go up the ladder and leave her. Guess it's making me do that. I don't like this.
It's not much, but why have we stopped moving?
The power blacked out for a moment. Think it could be the atmospheric pressure. It's pushing pretty hard, really testing the limits of my suit.
Don't worry, it should hold.
Comforting.
It will hold.
I think you just need to sit back down.
Yeah.
Does time freeze when you're not powered?
Time feels omitted more than anything.
What's the difference?
I don't feel like I'm being held back or hindered. And I don't have the opportunity to reflect on the time I'm missing. It's simply missing.
Like blackout drunk.
Sleeping without the dreaming.
Yes. But generally you anticipate when you're about to sleep, and there's a natural continuation since we tend to wake up where we went to sleep. My experience is more like an ever-changing moment that never really seems to find closure.
Sounds kind of like a movie being edited live.
I suppose so. I guess it sounds exciting, but it really keeps me activated to the point of exhaustion.
It's rough.
Could be worse. Could be a time traveler stuck in a body made from black goo.
That'd be the worst.
Hey.
You did it! You did it! I will make preparations.
Hey. Hey.
Hey, brother.
Hey. You need to get the fuck out of my face. Do you even know what you look like anymore?
As guests.
Friendly ass monster. Get the fuck out of my face.
Oh, good, you're back.
What happened?
Something dropped onto the cage. Knocks you right out.
It spoke to me.
Looked like a man, one of WoW's creatures. It just stared at you for a moment, then threw itself down the abyss.
So it was real.
It said it would make preparations. I don't like the sound of that.
It was very strange. I thought it was going to kill you for sure. I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah, me too.
I gotta pee.
Alright.
Looks like we're closing in on the ocean floor.
Good, not sure the climber can take it much longer. Okay, so this is the Omega sector. It's about to anchor the abyssal plains by Aegis.
Life's alright.
2. I expect we'll have to do some walking before we reach town.
You haven't been here before?
Not in a way that'll help us.
Right, the other you has been here.
Oh, frames.
Yeah.
Following your old footsteps, Kat.
When I had footsteps,
You could still be down here somewhere, technically.
don't remind me, freaks me out. Alright, let's head for town and find that ark.
Whew. That was scary. Like the depth of field thing is like going haywire.
It's a tough effect to render.
Yeah.
That multi-pass rendering is hard. I've done some primitive multi-pass rendering. I'll tell you, it's hard.
Looks like the WoW can work down here too.
Yeah, this is rough.
Should I just turn it off?
seems like it's kind of sorting itself out. It's certainly a dramatic effect. I kind of like it. I'm into it. In so many games, I feel like the depth of field just looks very poor. But in this game, I think it looks pretty good.
And it makes sense, too.
It makes a lot of sense that they use it well. They don't overuse it.
Julia. Sample pickup. Check.
It also looked really good in Alien Isolation, actually.
Mm.
Looked very good in that game.
Maybe it's the new engines. Bringing the arc to Phi. Hi. I don't know what that noise can be. Oh man, it's pitch black down here. Give me that data buffer.
Tao? Come in, Tao. Please answer, Tao. Nothing. It's dead.
Let's move out. We'll try the next one.
What could that noise be?
Yeah.
I feel like these things wouldn't float at this depth.
That's a great question. I mean, if they're full of... Yeah. Well, no. They probably would, because they'd be dramatically less dense than the... Well, no, the water would be the same density. It's more pressure, but same density. So yeah, I wonder if flotation is changed.
Yeah, it is. It is changed. These, I don't think these would be floating.
But flotation, it's a function of density, isn't it? And the density of the water is still the same. The pressure is different, but the density is the same.
It's more water, like, pulling on top of you, because there's so much on top of you.
Right. Well, yeah. I guess maybe the pressure from above would overcome
Yeah.
the lifting force of the difference in
Torrents.
density.
Maybe that's what that noise is. Strong torrents. Is that a fucking dead body? Oh, it's just... What's this? Oh, that's the person.
Stick to the lamplights. They won't go near them.
I can't fail, Glasser. It's important I reach Omicron. Our future depends on it.
Calm down. Let's just follow the path.
If I die, I need you to tell Julia Dahl that the WoW is out of control. She needs to get to Sarang. He'll know what to do.
Raj, you can tell them yourself. We just need to pick up the pace, okay?
Glass! We lost the path! We need to go back!
I know where to go. Come on.
It's over there! The light is over there!
Final push, Raj. Almost there. We just need...
Well, at least it was fast. At least I'm not stuck to the WoW. So I need to follow the blue lights. Do we even have enough time for this? Probably not.
What do you have to do?
Scrim's at 9 o'clock?
As if anyone cares.
Yeah, but... said I'd be there. Wow, infected fish, huh? Does this go away, or?
Also sounds a lot like thunder.
Yeah. We don't know what underwater sounds like, you know? Oh, I see. The different colors on different sides. Look at that. Check that out. That's what I get for trying to help. Rare shark approached the luminous lure, circled around to eat the dried squid. Unlikely that it frequents this depth, an anomaly. Giant squid, estimated length of the whole thing 10 to 12 meters. Frantic attack tore the marlin apart. As soon as we turned on the lights, it quickly fled the area. Clearly another specimen affected by the leaking structure gel, practically covered in scales and newly formed bone structure protruding through the mantle. Oh, great.
What?
Will this be giving me a false light to follow? Oh boy. The creature disfigured by the gel. The creatures disfigured by the gel are manic and will attack anything. Still hard to determine how WoW has affected their behavior beyond their apparent aggression and affinity with light. The creatures seem to hunt something particular, something not present in the ecosystem. Alright guys, it's 9 o'clock on the dot, so that means I have to go scrim.